Be aware, if you are hosted by Bluehost or BlueDomain, both actually offer their own easy-to-use backup tools right within your web hosting control panel, so you don't need to follow the directions in this video. If you'd like to learn how those tools work, check out the tutorial links that we've provided directly in this tutorial page. Some of the steps in this tutorial require the use of an FTP program. Therefore, we highly recommend you watch this tutorial all the way through first before trying anything out, just to make sure you feel comfortable with each step. If you're not comfortable with the steps or you don't have any experience using FTP at all, you'll first want to check out our FTP overview tutorial here at prophotoblogs.com/support/all-about-FTP. There is also a link to the same tutorial in the blue FTP message box on this tutorial page. Now, before we discuss how to back up your ProPhoto site, it's important to know the parts of your ProPhoto site since each is backed up differently. There are actually two parts to your site. First are your server files, and second is your database. The first piece, your server files, are located directly on your web host server and include all of the core WordPress files and ProPhoto theme files, any plugin files you may be running, as well as all images that you've uploaded to your ProPhoto site. The other piece of your site, your database, is where all of your posts, pages, comments, WordPress settings, and ProPhoto customization settings get stored. Let's start with backing up your server files first. To do this, you're going to want to log in to your web host server via your FTP program and navigate to your site's installation folder. If your site is located right in what we call the root of your domain, something like mysite.com, then all of the files will be right in the root folder of your server. This is usually a folder in your server called public_HTML, HTTP docs, www, or something like that. Otherwise, if your site is in a subdirectory, like the example we're going to use, netrivetsandbox.com/blog, you'll need to find your root directory and then navigate to the subdirectory folder where the site is located. Again, in our case, blog. Once you've found it, download just the WP content folder inside. This folder contains all of the plugins and images you've uploaded to your site, so that way you'll have everything to reinstall if you ever need it. All of the other files and folders you see are standard core WordPress files that you can always get and reinstall if you need to, so there's no need to download all of those. If your download does not eventually complete, or your FTP program gives you an error, you might want to try going inside the WP content folder and try downloading each file and folder separately to your computer, one at a time. Additionally, sometimes when there are nested folders, a folder inside of a folder inside of a folder and so on, that can make it even harder for the FTP program to download all the files. So try downloading folders on their own to make it easier for the download to go through. Of course, if you do this, just make sure you keep track of which folder goes where. Okay, now that we've backed up the server files, it's time to back up your database. To do this, you're going to need to use a WordPress plugin. Start by going to Plugins, Add New, and search for a WordPress plugin called WP-DB Backup. Once you've located it, click the Install Now link to install it. Now, if you have any issues getting the plugin installed, you're going to want to make sure to visit our tutorial here for additional instructions on how you can get it installed. prophotoblogs.com/support/manual-plugin-install. After it's installed, click the Activate Plugin link to activate it. Then go to Tools Backup. Once you're there, first go to the Tables area and make sure to check the Exclude Spam Comments and Exclude Post Revision boxes so that your backup file isn't too large. Next, locate the Backup Options area and choose where you want the backup file to be sent. It can either be saved directly to your web server, downloaded right to your own computer, or sent to you via email. We recommend choosing Download to your computer. That way you will receive it right away and you can save it right on your computer. After the backup completes, you're going to receive a file download with a really goofy name. Don't worry, that's normal. You don't need to do anything with the actual file at all. Just leave it as it is and store it in a place on your computer where you can remember to find it, just in case you ever need it. Now, if you want to automate this database backup process, you don't have to do it manually each time. You can go to the Scheduled Backup area and set up an automated backup file to be emailed directly to you, however often you want. So that's it. Once you've done a full download of all your site's files and folders in FTP, and have a backup file of your database via the plugin, you will have a full backup of your entire ProPhoto site, just in case you ever do need it.